So there's been a recent Yahoo News article releasing a statement from the Census Bureau, and it says that 3.8 million renters are going to be likely to be evicted and will be likely to be evicted in the next 2 months. This is a story that's on Yahoo News, and I wanted to share this with you guys just to kind of shed some light on some of the topics that I've been talking about with you here recently about the housing market, about the rental market, about renters, about jobs, job security, job loss, homelessness, possibility of homelessness, and many people potentially moving to live in their cars and do a little bit of stealth camping as they are displaced from their homes, from their apartments, from whatever property that they called home. While we continuously fight inflation and other political fueled obstacles and hindrances to our income, to our money, to our finances, to our ability to survive and potentially progress and grow and get beyond the status quo. But right now, it seems that a growing trend, a growing topic of discussion, an increasingly higher amount of asks are coming through emails, coming through the groups, coming through the private messages with questions and requests for information and strategies and tips to just get by, just make ends meet. Many Americans are literally one paycheck away from homelessness, which is unbelievable. But there are ways to combat that and eliminate that possibility from your daily life and begin down the path of personal growth, personal financial growth, building wealth, building out your portfolio, creating a better, more secure, a more financially secure future for your family. And but what we want to focus on right now is for anybody who's potentially at risk and just needs to kind of get their head above water. And then from there, we can build on that and grow on that. But I just want to read you some of these headlines from this article. It says, for the first time ever, the median rent in the U.S. topped $2,000 a month. And that was in June. And the increases show no sign of stopping. And I can actually contest to that because, as you guys are aware, currently we're renting. And interestingly enough, when we secured this particular apartment, we had to wait, which was fine because we secured it before we sold our house, and we were using it as a vacation getaway in between before we were down here full time, and it gave us some time and some freedom and some flexibility to not rush and slowly transition and move some things here and there, go shopping, pick out furniture, place orders, wait for it, even though we weren't in a huge rush for it because we weren't here full time. So it just made the whole thing the process a whole lot easier. But at the time, we wanted a 3-bedroom, and the only thing that was available was there was one 2-bedroom available, and that was it. So we were like, we're not in a rush, we're not in a hurry. Put us down for a 3. Let us know when we can get it. And then ultimately it ended up being, I think it was like 3 or 4 months, and we were able to get one, which we were still ahead of schedule. So we went ahead and secured that. But that was it. That was it. However, fast forward to today, and we actually walked the complex and noticed how many units are vacant. And we had a talk with somebody here on site on the property, and they were telling us how the rates have increased. So the rental rates have increased tremendously as a result of a rise in home values in this particular area. Now, you may be saying to yourself, Kevin, what are you talking about? Home prices are falling. Homes are going for half price. They're slashing prices, 40, 50% off. Nobody's buying. Sellers are sitting on the market. And our housing market is potentially collapsing. It's crashing before our very eyes. What are you talking about? You're crazy. Home values are not going up. You yourself said it in a previous video that you noticed that some of the real estate in your area is coming down. Okay, sure. The thing is, real estate is specific, very, very specific. It's not something that you can look at from 30,000 feet and get the full picture. It's specific to the region, it's specific to the season, it's specific to the zip code, the school district. So, with that being said, overall, there's been an increase in assessed home values in the area. Now, what we're seeing on the market to me here is the less than desirable properties that we're having a hard time selling to begin with. That's why they're still on the market 100 plus, 150, 180 days and dropping prices. But that doesn't mean that the home values in the area didn't appreciate. That appreciation in home values has just driven up the value in general, thus driving up the price for rentals, and why I think we're seeing some of these vacant units here as people are now having to reconsider where they want to live and or if they can even afford it. But either way, I'm going to continue on with this article here. And it says that those rising rents mean that households representing a total of 8.5 million people were behind on their rent at the end of August, according to Census Bureau figures. And 3.8 million of those renters say they're somewhat or very likely to be evicted in the next 2 months. Now, this is not to single anybody out. This is not to point fingers. This is for us, or for me, for the most part, really, to get a better idea and a better understanding of who's out there watching, where you are right now financially, and what needs do you have that need to be addressed to potentially help you out of a really sticky situation of eviction. Now, somebody has commented on my video from earlier today, why would you share that personal information from your friend in the email that he sent you? Well, number one, I don't really feel as though it's extremely personal, seeing as how I left all the personal aspects out of it. Do you know his name? Do you know who he is? Do you know anything about him besides that he needs help? Much like I've been told in comments and emails from other folks how they need help too. So I'm taking the information that I've received, which if you pay attention to the video, the first thing I said was, please include more information besides I just need help, because that doesn't really paint the full picture of what's going on. And, it's like if you walked into your house, your apartment, wherever you live, and all you heard was help, 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 hurry, help, I need help. Wouldn't it be beneficial for someone to say why they need help, only for you to rush to them and discover that what you need to help them is back downstairs where you came from? And if they would have told you that to begin with, you could have helped them out better, faster, and more efficiently and more effectively. That's why I share this information. I'm leaving out the personal components. I'm leaving out the names unless they ask to be included. But I want to share with you some stories that are reoccurring all the time that a lot of people are faced with. I'm not going to say everybody. I'm not going to lump everybody, but a lot of people are faced with. I don't want to help just one person. I want to help everybody. So what good is it for me to just give this assistance and this aid and this help and these answers to somebody else when there's so many other people out there who could use this to help themselves, help their families get out of these situations? So, side note, just don't leave stupid comments like that on my videos anymore. It's not helping the situation. You've completely missed the point. And it's not about sharing personal information or seeming shady or anything like that. It's about helping collectively the group, the family. And if you feel that way, then you're not part of the group. You're not part of the family. You're not welcome here. But anyway, the combination of soaring inflation, the end of most eviction moratoriums and rental assistance payments, and an extremely low vacancy rate has pushed rents up and many renters out. That's what I was talking about here. Now, this is it says rents up nearly 25% since before the pandemic. Since 2006, rents have risen faster than home prices. And that's saying a lot because home prices climbed fast. But at the same time, the shortage of available rental units has been steadily increasing since the Great Recession. I can get into this further if you guys want. Let me know. I'll get into it further about what's going on, the implications the problems at hand and the potential solutions to these problems. If you guys want me to do that, let me know in the comments, and either I'll make it a public video or I'll put it in the group, depending on what you guys are saying and who's responding to it. But one thing I want to point out is that for most people, this is going to be a huge problem, for the simple fact that rents have increased. Rents are going to continue to increase. And the reason being is because it's becoming more and more difficult to buy a home, whether it's because the interest rates are going up, or people's confidence is going down, or sellers are backing out because they don't have anywhere else to go, or combination of all that. Rent is going to continue to go up because they know that they kind of have the market cornered, and they're going to keep pushing it. They're going to keep pushing and advancing that ball as much as they can until they get a little bit of pushback. But so far, they haven't gotten that pushback. But one of the biggest problems that we're going to face here soon is the simple fact that most of these places are requiring you to have 3 to 4 times the income in comparison to the rent. So if you think about that, if rent's going up 25% and they want you to have 3 to 4 times the income, but you couldn't afford it to begin with, and or near facing eviction, what are you doing to increase your income to be in a position to even qualify for a rental that's going to require proof of income at 3 to 4 times the rental rate, on top of having good credit, relatively good credit, not bad credit, probably just good credit, Probably it probably let you in at a 650, maybe, and we'll consider that good, maybe 650, maybe 675 as things get a little bit tighter. But the question is, it's like, if they're going up 25% at a minimum, and we're seeing this steadily increase, if rents are steadily increasing, evictions are on the rise. They're getting rid of the old, out with the old, in with the new. But if you need to find a new place to go, if you need to find a place to stay, or if you need to rent a house or an apartment or whatever it may be, and the rent is $2,000 a month, what did they say here? It said the average rent price is $2,000 a month. So if the average rent price is $2,000 a month, that means you need to be making $6,000 to $8,000 a month to qualify, which means you need to be making $72,000 to $96,000 a year to qualify for that rental. Do you? Are you even close to that? And if you are, great. But if you're not, what are you doing to change that?